George Alfred Townsend, known by his pen name of Gath, was born in Georgetown, Delaware in 1841. One of the youngest and most renowned special correspondents of his time, he reported on politics and war in both the United States and abroad. In 1860, Gath's natural talent and classical education earned him a job with the Philadelphia Inquirer. In 1861, he transferred to the New York Herald, where he reported on the American Civil War. Noted for his investigative journalism, his reports and commentaries were accurate, informative, and descriptive. He had also begun a prolific writing career. He reported on the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. After the war in 1865, Gath married his high school sweetheart, Elizabeth Evans Rhodes of Philadelphia. Bessie, as she was known, loved his writing. In 1884, Gath observed that mankind is always interesting but also fatiguing. Wanting a summer retreat, he built his Gathland estate on this property where we're looking at now over a 10-year period. In 1896, Gath unveiled his crown jewel, his war correspondence arch, which you can see there in the distance, which was in dedication to all the war correspondents of the American Civil War who reported on the war, whether they were reporting from the North or the Southern perspective. Eventually, his prose style became less popular and no longer sustained his very lavish lifestyle. In 1903, after the death of his wife Bessie, he slipped into perpetual mourning. To the detriment of his health, he became a virtual recluse. Townsend left here in 1911 and moved to the residence of his daughter and son-in-law in New York. He began his memoirs, but he died in 1914 before he could finish them. He was buried beside his wife Bessie in Philadelphia Cemetery, and he never returned here to Gathland again. So again, this is Gathland State Park, the home of George Alfred Townsend, who was also known as Gath, a war correspondent with the Philadelphia Inquirer and the New York Herald, who built this estate here. And he was here until 1911 when his wife Bessie died. His war correspondence arch, which is there in the distance, is dedicated to all the war correspondents who reported on the American Civil War from the North and the South, and dedication to them. And this is also the site of the September 14th, 1862 Battle of Crampton's Gap. Not far from here was troops under General Thomas J., known as Stonewall Jackson, and the Stonewall Brigade, as well as the 6th Corps, including the 23rd Pennsylvania Infantry. This happened just days here before the Battle of Antietam. 3 days before the Battle of Antietam was the actions here around what we today know as Gathland Park, which is Crampton's Gap. So again, this is the home of Gath here at Gathland.